Hey there, Mincy's Garden. Okay, well, sorry. Hey there.
She always starts talking to the camera, and we're not really on yet. So,
Mimsy Garden, we are bringing some happies to you at Deep South.
yes, we are. I told her we cannot forget those.
I've actually got a few things to bring. We're going to be doing some honey and some soap. I was actually just counting my soap, which is why I was a little late we were a little late jumping on. I have y'all, and it still really just blows my mind that I'm shipping soap to Kentucky, Oregon, Alabama. Where else have I shipped soap?
Hey, Dave. Hey, Fairtail. Hey, Mimsy.
It really still blows my mind that I'm shipping my soap around the country.
Hey, Carolina Vaughn. Hey,
yeah, and you should be getting your soap, Little Feet Farm Homestead, very soon.
Hey, Cecilia.
So yeah, it still blows my mind that I'm actually shipping my soap to other places, but it is exciting. But I was counting my soap because I have
Stacy.
X amount of orders that I have to fill, and I have to make sure
Darlene.
that I have.
She got your soap.
Oh yay!
Hey,
good.
Kim Farm. Hey, Runaway.
So yeah, I'm shipping my soap out to so many of you guys, and it's very exciting. But my mind still has not grasped that yet because I've been making soap for so many years. And I have a lot of locals around here that within the past year have really been faithful buyers. But now this year I'm shipping it, so it's really exciting.
We're probably shipping 30% more than we were. I mean, like we're 30% of our business now is shipping.
So that's really fun.
Hey, Copper Kettle. Hey, Fancy Farmer.
Yes, it is on the way.
Organic Raw Roots Farm. We sent your elderberry cuttings too,
yep,
so
and
you
Terry,
should
you should
those.
be getting your elderberry cuttings.
I hope they make it through the traffic.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about them. I had already told you that they are going to go through an initial stage where the leaves are going to look like they're going to die, and then you'll get new blooms on them. But I hope that they survive the travel. I've just never shipped any clippings, so I don't know. I tried to water them as best as I could. I just don't know what they're going to look like when they get there.
Thank you, Fairy Tale.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that service is actually in the morning, and if you're not going to hear kids tonight because we are kid free. We have some family that has come up, actually from Alabama, and they're all at our in-laws now. But we come home to be with y'all for just a little while. So,
Carolina Vaughn, we don't have samples. We do have separate, different types. Misty has how many types of soap for?
3. I was doing lavender and peppermint for a long time, but I have recently added orange, lang lang, and lemongrass to those.
The lemongrass
smells
awesome.
really, really good. I really, really like the orange too. Those are just some of my personal favorites. Lavender, I really like. It was getting very, very, very expensive to make because I like to use therapeutic, 100% essential oils, and lavender has like skyrocketed over the past 6 months. So I'm trying to incorporate some other essential oils into the soaps that don't cost me so much. Because I have been losing on my lavender. So
hey, Brad, how are you? Hey, we're praying for you, by the way.
Yes, absolutely.
Keep us updated if we could do anything for sure.
Shampoo and soap. I saw that, but
shampoo
I don't know
and conditioner.
where it went. Yeah. Do you ever plan to try shampoo or conditioner? I tried my hand at a shampoo with the base being Castile soap several months back. Fancy Farmer, and I did not like it. I have really dark hair, and when I would try to wash it with the Castile soap, basically is a blend of oils, and when I put that in my hair, even though I rinsed it out really good, I felt like it made my hair oily and heavy. So we use shampoos that don't have the major chemicals and preservatives in it. If you buy the bottles that say no, blah, 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 and the list is like
download Think Dirty app.
Think Dirty app.
I know that sounds terrible. It's a play on words, I imagine. But Think Dirty, it's an app that basically you could take pictures of the barcodes with QR readers, and it tells you if the soap is legit, or it tells you what heavy food.
Right,
All
it'll grade it.
it grades it
well,
in
mostly
1 to 10 or 8 to yeah
1 to 10,
Yeah,
1 to 10, and it'll grade it like 1 through 4. It gives you the green light. It says that it's a clean product. Then it'll give you a yellow light that's like a 5 through I think 7, and then it'll give you a red light that is 8 through 10, and those are the worst. Hey, Mom, and big shout out to my mom. She fixed us a huge pot of chili tonight that was really, really good. And just because we've kind of been had a lot of things going on with the
Hey, Mama Bear.
Mother service, it's going to be tomorrow. I'm going to be laying out kids' clothes late tonight. We're going to be getting up early in the morning and just visiting with family that's been down for just a little while after church tonight. So we appreciated that very much. And she picked up her cool T-shirts that she ordered. So I'm glad you love your shirts. I love
Brett.
lemongrass. It's my favorite. Yes, lemongrass also, and actually Brett DeLauder that's on here, who recently lost. They have 5 children, and she is expecting again very soon. And they just lost their home, total loss to a fire. So y'all please be praying for them. I'm Brett. I have not seen a GoFundMe, but if you have that, and you want to post it on here, yes, you're absolutely welcome to do that.
Hey, Grandma, so happy.
Yes, lemongrass. Actually, Brett taught me this. Fingernail polish. If you use any fingernail polish, toenail polish, whatever, lemongrass is a natural polish remover. How cool is that? Instead of using the harsh chemicals from removers.
Runaway, we like lavender. It seems to get a little pricey, but Misty, that's one of Misty's favorites.
It is one of my favorites, but the bottles are so expensive. So I still use pure 100% therapeutic oils, but some are much more affordable than others. So I've tried to incorporate some different scents, and honestly, lemongrass probably is one of my favorites.
Organic Raw Roots said, Misty, what was the broken egg picture on Instagram? It was terrible.
That was
yeah, Brett, see if you can share it.
That was an egg that busted in the incubator. So I candle my eggs. Y'all know that I have that have hatched out 18 chicks, and we have more in the incubator. So I usually try to candle them around a week to see if they're developing, and if they're not developing, if they're not fertile, you want to remove those out of your incubator. Well, I went into the laundry room and smelled a really bad smell. So I was like, where is that coming from? I finally figured out it was coming from the incubator. I had missed an egg.
Hey, Mindful Homestead.
There were a few in there that were a little questionable. So when I candled them, I could not tell. So when you have a fertilized egg, the veining will go out, and it will either thrive or die. And I had some that were a few that were a little questionable, so I just left them in there, and it cracked, and it smelled terrible.
Hey, Serenity Meadows.
So I
having a homestead.
I had to clean that out.
Oh no! Wait! Let's talk about while she was trying to clean this out before this busted. I guess with all her brute strength from the homestead.
Oh yeah, okay.
She goes out to help Aiden do chores, and she rips a pipe off the well, just totally just rips it off. So we have water flowing out of our pipes.
Well, you did not see it when it first happened. It was spraying water everywhere. Thankfully, by the time you got home, it was just running on the ground.
Hey, Leatherwood. Hey, Mama Z.
Yeah, we have to stretch the water hose that we have connected straight to the well, and I had ran it across the gravel drive, and I pulled it, and I didn't pull it hard. I mean, I'm not like the Hulk, but I stretched it out, and when I did, it shot off, the pipe busted and it shot off.
It's just constant, PVC. It's not much. And Aiden, instead of picking it up and moving the hose, he'll just yank on it. And I guess with Misty's brute strength, she just yanked it too hard. So.
Well, so then we had to cut the water off.
She moved mountains.
And then I noticed the egg.
But we had no water.
I had no water. That was one of those days where I'm glad that my magnesium, and for y'all that have seen my post about the magnesium, it really is helping. So that was one of those days where I kept having stuff happen, and my eyes should have been twitching like crazy because I was really stressed out.
Serenity Meadows says, "Say Hulk again."
Hulk.
Hulk.
Yes, I'm country. So yeah, that was one of those. Cecilia. That was one of those crazy days. So I had to wait until our plumber was able to come and get everything fixed. So that was like 2 or 3 hours later. So it was even stinkier. Yeah, it was bad. And I was going to say, I thought I'm going to get some bleach because I got all the eggs out that was in there and I wrapped them up in a towel to try to help keep them warm. And I ran it out. And I guess, I don't know when it actually happened, but the egg had already cooked in the incubator. So it wasn't liquid. It didn't just pour out. It was cooked. So it was stuck to the plastic. And I didn't have anything. So I ran and got a screw and was scraping it off. And it smelled so bad. And I wanted to bleach it, but I don't know how many of you guys do your own incubating, but I have been reading a lot about dry hatching because that's what I did with my last batch. So that's what I'm doing with this batch. So apparently the eggshells will absorb water that's in the incubator, right? So I didn't want, and the chicks, if you have too much humidity, they can actually drown when the shell breaks. They can actually drown because the humidity and moisture that gets into the shell between the membrane, so they can actually drown. But I didn't want to put bleach in there, even though the smell really needed it, because I was scared that the chemical was going to affect my chicks. So for probably several more hours, I could still smell the smell. But today I did not smell it, so we're good.
Cecilia, that's one of the changes that are hopefully coming. We have not had piglets yet. Misty says, I mean, she's almost like dragging the ground. So
her teeth are really
close.
Big.
She's so close. So we're constantly watching her. We're having a major storm, well, it's not storming now, but it's just been raining all day. So it's just nasty. And so they're in the barn. We have a video coming out on that, not tomorrow, but Friday. Them being in the barn and us kind of move them over there. So it's always fun moving.
Yeah, I think last week, is that when we put up the boards or was that us talking on video about it? So I set up this barn for them.
Yeah, we talked about it last week, but actually we actually did the video. The video's coming out.
I had some, what is the string called? I'm losing my mind.
Bungee straps.
Bungee straps. I had that sucker strapped up, and I had put all my weight to lean back on it to make sure that they couldn't push it down.
She didn't have her muscle because she broke the pipe, so she didn't have so much muscle.
So anyway, I had that sucker up there good, y'all. And all of a sudden, when Colby was out working this weekend, we looked over and seen Pepper and George walking around. So they were actually using their weight to push it open and then maneuvering themselves out. So we added some, how big are those boards?
2 by 12.
2 by 12s, and they're raw uncut wood. So those suckers are heavy. And we laid those up in the barn and screwed them down and put those, what kind of fencing is that called? It's not corrugated, it's cyclone fencing. And so they're not able to get out now. But I have been going out there and checking on her. But I was scared if she had her piglets in the place that she was going to drown. They were going to drown because it's low. But because they've been there for a year, they've been breaking up that mud. And it has been raining so much. I thought if she has these babies here, they're going to get in this mud because it's so muddy and they're going to drown. So we went ahead and moved them, but they're doing great now. But any day, like I was calculating like February, and we're into March, and she's just getting bigger and bigger. So I know we're down to any day. So This will be our first set of piglets born on the farm. So we're super excited about that.
We do have 2 other changes coming. We have, hey, Diana Justice Acres.
Hey there.
We have, if y'all seen some of our beefing up videos with our beef cows, we have 2, Ginger and Holly, our 2 Black Angus heifers, or one's a Brangus, one's a Black Angus, or just regular Angus. They both are about to calf too, so we'll have videos on them. They were bred by our big bull, so hopefully everything will go smoothly. We were actually up there. Aiden was doing some practicing with shooting the other day, and
they are round.
They are rounded out well. So.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. Having the homestead just started to dry up in our
pasture.
I know,
it's been so nice. It's been so nice having some pretty days, and all of a sudden it started flooding again. Thank you, Runaway. See you later, man. So we're hoping to see the piglets will probably be before, of course, the calves, but the piglets should be hopefully very, very soon.
Yeah, and our sheep made it Friday.
Yes.
And or I say sheep.
Well, tomorrow we have a video coming out tomorrow about when just us seeing the sheep. It's not bringing them home yet, but now actually they finally have made it home. So we'll have a video tomorrow. We're gonna be like sheeping it up for the weekend. So if you're looking forward to some sheep videos, please catch us because we've got a lot of sheep stuff going.
And they are so cute. They're still a little finicky. I took them some food out there today, and they come to it, and they let me touch them for about 2 seconds, and then they ran. So,
Simply Jan, we have 2 calves, 2 baby calves here.
Yeah,
our 2
those are our jerseys.
Our Jersey dairy calves. We have one that I wouldn't consider a calf anymore. He is our steer, or he's actually still a bull right now, but he's our meat cow, which is Ike. He's probably 8 months old. What'd you say? 9 months old. Yeah. And then we have a few our beef cows. We have 3 mama cows that are supposed to have babies this month and next month, and then my dad has some cows with them too, which has 3 calves. So we have a few calves, but a lot more calves coming right now. They'll start dropping the ground.
Yeah, the only one I think that we have been
a little worried about.
Yeah, Beauty should be getting close. She's our Angus, but she has not really been gaining a whole lot of weight. And I would be willing to say she surely ain't due.
Yeah, she is supposed to be due in the end of this month, first next month. But I mean, excuse me. I'm sorry, April to May.
Right, more towards the end of
I'm like Misty. I don't think she is. I'm kind of worried that we may be culling her. So we're going to check her. The other 2 are doing great, but she's just Beauty. She's the loud one in the video. If you ever see our videos, the one that never shuts up. That's
stops.
Her. Now she really is a sweetheart. She just is loud, but she's
not
meant to
growing.
be. She's meant to be a smaller Angus. She was bred to a bigger bull, but her and her sister were just runts, and they were just never big cows. But I just don't think she's going to do like she's supposed to.
So we
thank you, Serenity Meadow.
We have been watching her pretty close, but I don't think she's gonna have a baby. I don't know if she can't, if she's physically not able, or if she's just sick, or what the deal is. But we've just kind of been watching her, so we'll see. She might beat Ike to freezer count.
Right.
I'll never know.
She's. I don't think she's sick, as in some kind of ailment she's got. I just think that either she just can't have a baby, or either she just ain't growing. So I don't know. We'll see. If she comes to next month and we get if of course she doesn't have a baby, then we'll get a vet out here and check her. If she's not pregnant at all, then we're probably gonna cull her. So.
Yeah.
Hey, J&C.
And we have our other 2 lamb that will come probably in about the next 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
So that'll be exciting. We'll have 4.
Watch our video. I think Saturday or Sunday will be the unleashing of the names. We'll actually tell about the 4 names for the sheep. I almost said one a while ago, so I'm glad I didn't say that. But we have 2 of the names we've already got named. The other 2 hadn't got here yet, but they'll be coming as well. But we've got those.
They're pretty comical, I do have to admit.
Yeah, so we always have fun naming things. Our kids do too. They always want to name them really crazy, but we usually try to get them back down.
So is anybody else battling the pollen? Because the pollen has been killing me for the past. I've been sneezing for going on like 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
Then at night, I can't even, like, I can't sleep because I get so stopped up at night because I've got so much inflammation in my sinuses from sneezing all day. Ooh, goodness, y'all. I know the bees are enjoying it, but I am not.
Yeah, our bees have been going crazy. Actually, I'm going to
Yes,
check them
been
this
sneezing.
weekend
Me too.
and see if we need to split some of them because some of us been showing some
Well,
really
that's
good activity.
if the sun will come back
Yeah,
out.
true. We need the sun. This week, I tell you, you
Little
always
Garden
plan.
Big Dreams.
You always
Hello.
plan. Yeah.
From
Hey, how are you?
Australia.
You always plan to do a lot, and you may not get a lot done. But actually, this weekend we're supposed to be doing.
It's thundering.
Yeah, it's thundering now. This weekend, what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get the Yorkshire pigs basically to forest.
Yep.
So we're going to try to build that. Hey, Patty.
Yeah,
and then,
that's one of the things I was telling Colby today.
Yeah.
Is the area they're in is where Pepper and George were, and it's so muddy. And
after 35 inches worth of rain.
I don't like for my animals to be in that.
Yeah.
So
we've moved them across the garden, so now we put them back in permanent housing for right now. But it's again just been flooding. So I think we're going to try a little bit different approach and put them straight. We're going to make, instead of making smaller paddocks, we're going to make a huge paddock, almost kind of like the Joel Salatin forest pigs, and make it just huge where they feel like they're open all the time. So actually, that's going to be one of the plans for the weekend. Also, we're going to move the sheep to a new rotation as well. So a lot going on this weekend, especially. So.
I do eat honey, and it's raw, unfiltered honey. I don't know that I've ever eaten the pollen itself.
We have eaten the pollen if it's, especially we've gotten, like we've had brood chambers where the bees have left and we've taken that and robbed that. So what we've done is cut a lot of that pollen off into our honey. And so she's been eating some of that, but we'll eat, we've got some honey that's actually just straight cut, really foundationless honey. So she's ate that with pollen in it, but I don't think you're going to get a scoop of pollen yet.
Yeah.
Trying to read the light. I got lost in the comments. So.
Yeah, allergies has been really, really tough on me.
Hey, Narrowway Farm, how are you?
I am allergic to several of the things that bloom in the spring. So when it does bloom, I have terrible.
The pollen is very good for you, by the way, for all the people that are commenting. I agree there fully. We've actually had a lot of our bees come. I mean, they're bringing a lot of pollen in. We have everything we have is blooming. Our blueberries are blooming. We've got the crab apples were blooming out here.
The apples up front.
Are blooming. So we've got a lot of blooming and clover everywhere. So everything's doing really good here. I'm kind of worried though with this storm. We've got a real big coolness coming in with it. So I hope it doesn't get too cold.
It was in the mid 60s today, and now it's pretty chilly outside.
Ooh, yeah, it's real chilly.
The temperature is tremendously dropped. Oh, if it gets too cold, I left that screen open to the greenhouse, remember?
I need to close it, yeah.
When you go out and move cows after this.
I know, I got to go out and move cows. I told Misty last night, I was putting a fence up, and it was 6:45. I couldn't see. I'm in a pile of mud, and I'm pulling fence. And I was thinking to myself,
those buds will be coming soon.
It's unbelievable how much we do. And I mean, every homesteader, every farmer on here would say the same thing. But, we get up, I milk at 4, and I was pulling fence at 6:30 last night. And right after this live, I'm going to move cows ready for tomorrow's milk. And sometimes I wonder, what are we, crazy? Sometimes we're nuts.
Trying for 30 colonies. Hey, that's awesome.
We got up to 20, and that was a lot for us. We're back down to about 14 now.
Yeah. Oh, y'all, for real. Yesterday, Harley says, Mama, there's somebody riding on a 4-wheeler with a sprayer. Saw him go across our yard. I was like, oh, heck no. I went and got my jacket. Y'all was running across my yard. I went and got that man, and I said, we have bees. You can't spray here. So, no, seriously.
I don't even know what they were spraying. There's not even anything growing.
There's nothing back there. They just go and just spray it. And I was like, look, man, you can't spray here. I was like, we keep this up back here If there's anything you need cut, anything put down, if y'all want to cut it, cut it. If y'all want us to cut it, we'll cut it. But you cannot spray back here. What was hilarious is he was like, oh, we're not spraying anywhere near, because I showed him where my beehives were. He was like, oh, we're not spraying anywhere here. And I went, sir, the bees go out into the woods for up to a mile or two and forage off of everything that blooms. If it makes a flower, they forage off of it. You cannot spray around anywhere around my house. And I went through Bee Education 101 with him. I even had my bee shirt on yesterday, and I was like, as you can see, I'm a huge bee supporter. And I even informed him that last year, I said, I don't know if it was y'all or if it was Energy that come back here and sprayed, but when y'all come back here and sprayed, we, within that week, lost 2 of our really good hives. You cannot spray back here. And I will say that he was very respectful, and he said, oh, ma'am, I won't be spraying anymore back here. And he actually started asking me some questions about the beehives. But
Hey,
man,
Karen.
I went off like a firecracker, and not trying to be ugly, but trying to get my point across that you cannot spray this stuff on our bees. Man, I went to explaining to him that those chemicals affect their neurological status, and that if it don't kill them, then it can affect the way they forage, that they can't think straight. So that means they can't eat. And what they land on, they bring it back into. I mean, I went through B101 with that man.
I bet you he left. He was like, that lady is nuts.
Crazy.
She is crazy.
He probably did, but I wanted to get my point across that you cannot harm our bees. So as soon as he left, man, I got busy on my phone. I started emailing a place here that does local signs, and I sent her exactly what I wanted, and I was like, I need you to tell me how much they are, and as soon as you can get them. Because we're fixing to go along that path, or they come and spray, and I'm fixing to put me up some bee signs. So, yes, the crazy bee lady I was. I know he was thinking, what have I done stepped on some rattlesnake? And he was nice about it. But like I said, I was trying to get my point across. And hopefully he didn't go spray anymore.
And the crazy thing is, they're just spraying the spray. I mean, there's nothing to spray. Nothing is growing.
There's nothing even close on the line.
Basically, this is my land, and then it comes to close to a right of way. So that right of way is where they spray. But it's like, what are you spraying? There's nothing out there.
But they go up the whole.
I mean, there's nothing growing.
The whole thing, and I'm talking about kill everything. And like I said, I wasn't trying to be ugly or nothing, but I had to get my point across, and he was real nice about it. So hopefully he didn't go back there and spray anymore. They were on, he called it a dune buggy.
It's side by side, basically.
He said it was something that was so lightweight, it was made of aluminum and something another. He was saying that they were driving, cutting some stuff. I said, well, you can cut anything you want to cut, but please do not spray anything back here.
They say they're not spraying anything but like what kills on their right of way with our pine thicket comes up next to it, and another pine thicket of one we leased.
It's a gas line. It's a gas line. Runs on our property.
So what they do is they'll spray the pines to try to keep them away from it. Well, and the fact of it, you know how y'all seen it on highways, interstates. It looks like the pines are like burnt 20 foot up. Well, that's what they're doing. They're just basically spraying. But we keep all ours up, so they come through, and we said it 15 million times. What are you spraying? There's nothing even touching your line. If you need to cut it, we'll even cut it for you. And we'll pay for it. We'll do it.
I told him all of that. I said, look, we have some guys that we can get on our property and cut anything you want to cut. I said, or we'll do it, or we'll hire somebody to do it, or y'all can cut whatever you want to, but you cannot spray back here. And you're right, the lack of education. So I literally just broke it down for him. And I said, I don't know who it was last year, if it was y'all or Energy, but somebody come through and sprayed last year. And right after y'all left, I said, I went out there, and I said, actually, my husband went out there last year and talked to them, and they sprayed anyway. And then we lost 2 hives. And I actually think that was Energy. But he was very nice and respectful, and hopefully he didn't spray anymore. All I could do was take his word for it. I couldn't stand over him. But I just kind of broke it down for him. I did. I literally educated him. I told him about the chemicals and what they would do to the bees and how they would kill our bees and harm our bees and what it would do to our honey. So hopefully.
Make sure we're going to have a bee and a gun on it.
Mess with our bees.
We're bee and gun people, by the way. It was just a joke.
Thank you, Brett. Thank you, and we've
See
been
you later,
praying for
Brett.
y'all too.
Let us know.
So anyway, yeah, that was
fun times.
Fun times
for sure.
I know he thought I was crazy, but
hey, a cool thing that we did for our garden this year. We actually bought. I got some over there. I should just bring it out. I saw someone else do it, so I want to try it. You know how we're no-till, but we're trying to keep weeds out, suppression, all that good stuff. So we've got silage tarps down. So we're going to take our silage tarp off because we're getting ready for garden season. And we bought roll cardboard. Like, you kids play with and kindergarten, and they put signs up on football fields with the cheerleaders where they break through. It's like cardboard paper. So we're going to try to, yeah, you're not even listening.
I was not
You
listening.
You are not listening. So we got some of that. So we're going to use that instead of just this thick cardboard. So I think we're going to try that. I don't know if anybody else has tried that. So we're going to see how that goes. Hey, Black Sheep Bakers.
I was going to say, did you offer him some honey? No, but I wish I would have thought to do that. And I really would have taken him a jar out there. Oh, let me tell y'all this. When I was giving him B101, I said, us as Americans, I don't think I told Colby all this, but I did. I was like, man, us as Americans, we eat food, right? Well, bees are called pollinators, and your food, any flowering food like tomatoes that you enjoy, squash,
he probably just got done eating a Big Mac. He probably didn't care about it.
And I said the bees are pollinators, any type of pollinators, and I was telling him bees aren't the only kind of pollinators, but those foods have to be pollinated by pollinators. So 1 in 3 foods that we eat as Americans require pollinators. So anyway, y'all, I was just breaking it down for him. But
I bet you that guy was like,
I know he thought, and then his phone rang. He was like, I'm gonna go take this. And I was like, that's fine.
It was probably his buddy. He's probably like, I'm calling you to get you out of that with that crazy lady.
Oh, let's see. And then I read, just put a bee box out, and they will not go back. I don't know if those workers would even know what a bee box was, to be honest. Totally honest with you. So I am in the process of getting some signs made that say, honeybees do not spray. And along our property where their line runs through, I am planning on putting some off of that property, off of our side of the property, both ways, and some in the middle. So hopefully that will cover enough space. I mean, don't get me wrong, it won't cover up to 2 miles, but I'm hoping to cover enough footage where hopefully our bees won't just be
We thought about just putting, instead of saying honeybees, warning honeybees, we thought about just putting like warning killer bees. Not a good area to cut.
Warning killer bees, please stay back.
Hey, our Black Sheep, we're all over the place. Our topics change. We started with changes, then we talk about bees, then we get on something else. So you never know what might happen here on our live. So thank you for coming, by the way.
But we are excited to be able to be moving those pigs. I know we got off the subject of the pigs. Now these are the escapees that can get out and ground a net fencing.
Right.
And this is going to be different. It's going to be a single strand wire.
We're actually going to do 2 wires. Like we do our cows.
So hopefully we are giving them a huge area. So I'm thinking that hopefully maybe they think that they're out anyway. And I don't want to say this. I don't think that there's a way that they can ground this out like they did.
They can't ground it out unless some kind of limb falls on it, and that's possible because it's a pine thicket. But we're going to keep a close eye on it. And like Missy said, we're going to make our paddock so big here.
I think that they're going to think that they're out anyway.
Yeah, but the thing about it, one thing we learned when we went to Polyface was their pigs do get out of the same style netting or
he had a
wire.
big pig out.
But it was like it just got out. But because they're so used to eating where they kind of got back in. And
he didn't go far.
And no, you're wrong. I'm not saying I want my pigs just out and about because I do have wild pigs here. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, we just need to be careful to try to keep them in. But at the same time, it's if they get out, we just need to understand that they're going to get out a little bit and get back in because none of our pigs are really, none of our animals are wild enough to just go nuts when they run out. We've had, like Misty had a cow out the other day that she had to get out. My daughter was like, "There's a cow out, mommy," and none of our cows or our pigs, even when our pigs, George and Pepper, got out the other day, they were just like, I'm over there. I can't even remember what I was doing. I was cleaning up or something, cleaning up the fence row, and I look over and there's like this big black pig laying sitting right beside me, like he was like, "Hey," and it was just George out, and it's not like they go nuts. So I guess we just need to just don't freak out because when we freak out, the only thing we're worried about right now is our sheep. We don't want our lambs to get out because that's the only thing that we don't know how they would do getting out.
They would probably run off. I feel like right now because they're so new. And I'll tell you something else I'm a little worried about.
Busy little house.
And this kind of goes back to when we got the lambs. Is because where they're going to be, and don't get me wrong, they're probably at least 100 pounds, huh?
Oh yeah, they're probably 150.
But they're still pretty small. So I feel like if a predator,
pigs? I'm sorry.
The pigs,
yeah, they're about 150.
So I feel like if a predator was to get on them, though, that it would like literally kill them. So we're going to kind of be when we move them over to where they're going. I kind of feel like I hope Hattie Mae does her job. She's done great on the homestead, even with her sheep, with the little lamb there over there. I feel like she's done a good job with her chickens and everything. So I'm hoping that when we move them over there, that she will keep the predators off, because it will definitely be easier for something to get them with the wire than with the net.
If you watched our videos, which the one for the sheep is coming out tomorrow, but the where the sheep are and where the forest pigs will be. If you remember where we had our pumpkins and where we were on the back end, we had a video on me doing some fence cleaning up yesterday or the day before. That's kind of where they're at. So they're kind of on the our house sits kind of at one side of our property and it kind of overlooks the rest of it. So it's kind of way out in front. And it's kind of the furthest from us. So we're a little nervous because our most vulnerable animals are the ones kind of further away from us. But so far the sheep has done great. And the pigs have done great even when they've been far, but this one will be pushing them a little bit further back. So we're, you always get a little worried.
Black Sheep says, Black Sheep Acres Homestead. I was trying to shorten it up there. So I want to get pigs too, but I got so much on my plate right now. I will tell you.
We got way too much on our plate.
We do have a lot on our plate. But I will tell you this. If you decide to get pigs, they are not like sheep, to where your sheep are not looking for mischievous troubles, so to speak. Or at least that's what we've been taught. We've only been sheep owners for this Friday will be a whole week, but we've been taught, and from what we've read, that they don't have it bred in them to want to get out. Pigs are like that on steroids. They want to get out, and they want to get into something. So hold on, there was somebody asked something about bees. So I would just say this: if you want to get pigs, I feel like that's a great investment. I feel like for our family, because we're a large family of 7, we're going to reap huge benefits when we kill off those 5 pigs. That will serve us amazingly with all of the meat that it's going to give our family. But have a secure, and when you think it's secure it again and again. Because
pigs will get out.
Pigs are notorious. They're kind of like goats, I guess, notorious for wanting to get out. And somebody asked about the bees being in Kansas. Did you read that?
I didn't. Having the homestead, we got that cardboard paper, the rolls off of Amazon. They have different sizes. We got the natural paper. It's a raw natural paper, and we did the 18 inches wide because we did not. We're doing it in our rows. Our paths. Our paths are only 12 to 18 inches wide, so it's good. However, if you're doing it for the row, they make a 30-inch cardboard roll too. We ordered about 2,000 foot of it, so we ordered a lot.
So narrow way.
I'll be honest with you.
in countryside.
Most people that get bees, the best way to get bees, and chime in, High with the Homestead. We like catching bees because wild bees or bees that are split tend to be more survival bees, and most of them are just what we call a feral bee. They might be so mixed that you won't even know about it. The last bees I bought were Italian bees. That's what you're going to see most of, I would imagine.
Italian honeybees.
That's what you'll see most of. Now, there's a Russian, there's of course an African, which is crazy. But
some of those are a little bit more aggressive.
The Russians tend to. I think I've had a hive of Russian bees before. They tend to be very aggressive, and they tend to want to leave you pretty easy. But most times, if you can get a survival bee, which is a feral bee or one that you've caught in the swarm trap, they tend to do better than any other bee because they're used to it. So, I don't know. I think you saw Little Garden Big Dreams.
Okay. I'm trying to catch up on our comments here.
Yes.
Too much on your plate will pay off soon. We hope so. I have been literally going out and helping Aiden because I feel like he's 11. He's just going to be 12. He's got a lot to do between. We've got cows in 2 different locations. We get our dairy and our beef side. And between haying and watering, which hopefully we'll be able to slack up on the hay.
Yeah, it'll be ending up soon.
When summer comes. And then we've got the sheep on the way over on the far side. And then we've got a set of chickens over there. And then we've got a set of chickens up closer to the house. And then we've got pigs behind them. Then we've got pigs over in another area. So, I mean, sometimes he would be out 2.5 hours by himself, getting everybody fed, getting everything watered. So when we brought the sheep, I have been going out trying to help him, and I do hope that it will pay off. And I know that it will, but sometimes it's just like so much. And we were even actually, because we have 4 lengths of water hose connected from the house out to where the cows are now, and they still won't reach. So for the past few days, because we used the paddocks, I was fussing at Colby about this.
I know. I told her, I said, from now on, just let me do it because I think she takes up her I think Aiden walks slower on these chores so he can feel like he's doing a lot more than he is. He's milked a little bit.
Okay, so my point was this. We have 4 length water hose, full length water hose.
We have about 2,000 foot of water hose going across our farm.
And the ones that we have going towards the cows, the beef cattle.
It's probably...
It's 500,
800.
It's 4 connected together, and it still won't reach their water where we have them now because we're trying to utilize every bit of grass that we can.
It was only 2 days. 2 days on this paddock.
So anyway, Aiden and I were carrying 5 gallons of buckets from the water hose to where the cows are. Not only, it was not raining, but because it has been raining, we were walking through mud on unlevel ground, carrying 5-gallon buckets of water, and we both probably made several trips back and forth. And water sloshing on us, my boots getting sucked off. I mean, that's not pleasant. So I come home, I was fussing, and I probably shouldn't have, but I was fussing.
Hey, Walker family.
I was ill. And so when he went and moved the fence, thankfully he gave them access to the big, huge tub that's full of water.
It doesn't bother me to do some of those because I'm used to it. But when they have to do it and I'm at work, that's when she goes a little crazy.
No, I was just, I had already gone to a boot camp class that morning.
My boot's sticking.
I had just worked out, and then I was working out basically again.
They making lemonade from lemon.
And I'm only 5'2". So carrying a 5-gallon bucket of water for me, I mean, I'm not.
Thank you for coming.
I'm not the
Hulk. I enjoyed it.
I ain't the Hulk, boy.
Break my water line. She's the Hulk.
Maybe. See, you shouldn't have had me doing all that extra workout.
We basically when we move them that far out, again, this is on the deer paddock. If you remember where our deer hunting is, it's not deer paddock, excuse me. The deer fields.
The deer paddock.
We've made cattle paddocks out of it, so we won't waste that grass. So at the very far end of that, there's no way to get hose there. So what I had was a 300-gallon water tank that you can't move, and I had a smaller 45-gallon tank
that I was filling up with the bucket.
I filled it up with the bucket on a Sunday, and I said, Aiden, we're going to fill this up every day. This is our beef cattle and our smaller bull. They don't drink a lot, but still, you need to make sure it's filled up. So
Thank you
if you
so
take a
much,
5-gallon
Lindsay.
bucket and get about four half buckets in there, it fills up enough for them for a day. So Aiden and Mommy got just a little crazy about that. So
No, Aiden didn't say nothing about it. I was the one that didn't want to be slopping around in the walking in the mud, doing this with water splashing all over my legs, carrying a
so
5-gallon bucket of
I
water.
sacrificed.
Ain't heavy, ain't
I
light.
sacrificed last night and rebuilt this whole paddock at dark. I had a flashlight in my mouth, like with the mouth, had my phone like this, and so I was holding it like this. You know how you do. I'm holding it like this and trying to see and make a paddock so my kid and my wife would take it easy.
I was like, okay, if we're going to be doing this, like, something's got to give. This is ridiculous. We cannot.
She's like throwing it. She's like, something's got to give. I should have videoed it.
He is so lying.
Y'all like, look, we're not watching these crazy people anymore. He is so lying.
But I was seriously, I'm like, if it was dry or it wasn't like, because the ground is so unlevel from just the cows walking, plus slopping mud, like literally sucking our boots off. And then it was just heavy. So it was not fun. It just wasn't fun. We need to change this subject.
Yeah, real life. I need a headlamp. I actually have a headlamp, but I have 3 little girls who become a vacuum for everything important. So
and a 1-year-old.
I'll buy all this stuff. I'm like, oh, I got it here, got it all in here. Then it's in their reach, and then I'll have to move it up here, and then they'll find it again. Somehow I don't end up with any of it. So it ends up being in their room. So.
Between our 3 girls that are 8, almost 7, Ellie Bell's birthday is the 13th. And then the baby, Sayla's 5.
Well, we have 5 children.
And then the baby, those 4 right there, they get everything. Constantly. Talk getting some barrel with wheels. Hey, look, no. We wouldn't have been able to push a barrel in that kind of mud because me and Aiden put 4 50-pound sacks in the wheelbarrow today and tried to go by the pigs. Well, he did, and I looked around the corner, and poor thing, he could not push it through the mud because he kept bogging down in the mud. So I went on the other side of the wheelbarrow and picked up the front so he could push it, and we finally got through the mud. So ain't nothing.
We have a side-by-side that they can put stuff in, but they don't.
But when we loaded it up in the side-by-side, I said, Aiden, we're just going to go down to the barn and put it in the wheelbarrow and walk it across the yard because if we take the Ranger across the yard, it's going to tear up all the grass. So I didn't because it's been so wet. So I didn't want to drive it up through the yard and tear up the yard even more.
A sleigh would be better, Cecilia.
That's right. A sleigh with some type of like bathtub sides. Yeah. But see, I don't know. We would have to find a way to pick it up.
Farming ain't easy.
The wheels, man, we wouldn't be rolling them things anywhere. I was having to use 4-wheel drive on the side-by-side in that part. Oh,
yeah, flat bottom boat would be better. And I could probably canoe out there. That's how bad it is.
Look, when I went to get, I don't know if Terry's still on here from Organic Raw Roots, but there she is. I went and got her some elderberries, and I shipped it to her, some elderberry clippings. And y'all, I got stuck twice. And I had to put it in 4-wheel drive. And I had my 3 girls with me, and they were like, oh, Daddy's going to be mad at you, Mama. And I was like, yeah, well, the first place I went in, I could not see the water under what is right behind your parents' house. I bet your daddy had a cow when he's seen that. Anyway, the way the grass goes, and it's not like clover. I don't know what it is, but I could not see the water under. I had no idea the ground was wet. Man,
no idea the ground's wet. It sprayed 55 inches in 2 months.
Well, I didn't know that spot was wet. I was trying to
I didn't know that ditch was wet.
It was not a ditch. It was beside the ditch. I was trying to go around the ditch, and I got stuck. And so I had to put it in 4-wheel drive, and that's when, man, we had mud slinging everywhere. My girls were like, oh, Daddy's going to be mad at you. And then So then I finally got out of that and I went and got back on the road, which is what I was trying to avoid. And then I got back down on the other side of the ditch where the elderberries growing, and I got stuck there. I had to put it in 4-wheel drive again. And my girls were just cracking up because mud was slinging everywhere. And then
I got home and my daughter was like,
I told them, I said, look, just don't tell Daddy.
my other daughter was like,
Harley was dying to tell him. I said, Harley, please don't. I was like, y'all don't tell him. When he looks at it, he's going to see all the mud because it was like caked up mud behind the wheels like this. I was like, he's going to see the mud.
thank you, Cecilia.
Y'all don't have to tell him. And man, they were about to die to tell him.
I get home and they're all like,
and he looked at it though and said, I see you've been in the mud. I was like, yeah, I got stuck twice. Thankfully, 4-wheel drive got me.
One of my friends that work with me, he was like, who would have taken a vehicle down in that slough? Who would have done that? I mean, the kid doesn't see that it's wet. Who would have done that? I was like, my wife. My wife did. Me. I don't even have to ask. It was my wife. It was her.
I was going after elderberry, y'all. Come on, it's worth going through mud. Yeah, anyway. The first one, I literally did not know it was wet. I had no idea that it was holding water like that, or I literally wouldn't have went in it. I would have backed up, went around. But I hit it, and that was it. The next one, I knew it was kind of wet, but I didn't know it was that soggy. And there was really just no way around it.
That's probably why she's using a wheelbarrow now, because she saw that.
Oh, I tore it up. I mean, I tore it up. Thankfully, that thing is made for like riding the river and stuff, which we don't do, but going and riding the river, I mean, it's made for that kind of stuff. So it got me out, though.
I think you want a mud ride. You didn't want to tell nobody.
So it was, yeah. The one closest to his daddy's house, I was thinking,
hey, Rehab Life.
Colby and Clay are both going to kill me. And they're very. Let me back up some. They're very OCD. So anything that's out of place or that's dirty or anything, they know. I'm just kind of like whatever. I mean, I like for stuff to be clean and all, but. All right, we got a minivan 2 years ago, and Gary had to tell me 20 times no driving in the pasture in it. Yeah, I don't know if I would take I don't know. I might. If I really needed to do something, I probably would.
She would, no doubt. Hey, Holly Ridge.
I got my BMW stuck in a foxhole.
Funny. We're in a low area too, so it doesn't help.
Yeah,
I mean, we stay wet, really.
I mean, it's like the middle of July here, and it has to be 110 degrees for like a week for the ground to actually be hard.
Yeah, we stay wet. Which again, I'm not complaining because it's good for my grass. Like right now, I mean, I'm dragging. I say this every week, but I'm dragging my milk cart like through mud. I need to put a boat under it. But one good thing is, as I'm walking through, I'm like, man, this grass is growing really nice.
Hey, so it might be worth it for grapes. She said I went after grapes. Yep. Things we do.
Yeah, it's like moving those cows last night. I mean, it's plumb dark and out there moving. I'm thinking, I really want this beef to die soon because it is about to stress me out because all that was out there was our beef cattle and our bull. And I'm thinking, man, what I'm doing for you, y'all. It'd be so easy to put you in a feedlot and feed you, but that's what we're doing. It's just grass fed. So we had to move them on this paddock, and it's wet, nasty, it's raining, terrible.
When I was actually doing that, what was actually going through my head, actually, when we were carrying those buckets and when we were pushing the wheelbarrow, what was going through my head was, I don't need a gym membership. I can just get my friends at the gym to come here with me and help me do the work, and they get a workout for free.
Shoot, we'll charge them. We'll call it like the Max Gym or something. You know Max Fitness program.
Actually, that was, and well, I'm a little sore, but that was going through my head because I was thinking about my muscle.
I understand rehab life.
I was thinking about what I did at the gym the other day and how I'm physically sore from that. So.
I know you've been ripping off hoses off wells. God. Ripping it off.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cecilia.
Have a blessed night.
All right, so we're gonna get off. We
We've
had a good
gotta go
night. It's been fun.
Free our family from our 5.
Yeah. Have you noticed it's not been like
Hey, Max
screaming?
CrossFit. That's right.
That is good. That's right. Have you noticed that you don't hear like kids screaming? The kids are not with us. They're at my parents, so they're probably screaming now. So we better go get them. So thank y'all so much for coming on. It's always fun. We actually have some great videos coming up. We have a pig video of moving the pigs. Actually, the American guinea hog, which y'all have not seen them move, and we don't move them a lot at all for sure.
Rehab Life said that they call their property the frog pond.
Hey, I believe it. We're just like pond, period.
Yep.
But so we got that coming up. We got 3 sheep videos coming up. I just want to tell you, we have the sheep video about us seeing the sheep, meeting the sheep, and then again, not bringing them home yet because they had to go through. We had to get a pen and all finished. But I'll tell you this too: we built this cool temporary movable sheep shelter.
Oh yeah.
It's not like it's kind of like the sheep shawl that Justin Rose did, but it's a little bit more of a high octane kind of thing. It's bigger, so check it out. It really is cool. We have a video coming out on this weekend on it. If you have sheep, if you do rotational grazing of any sort, even with cattle.
Patty, will you be at Deep South? Keep going.
Yeah, that's what at the gathering.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have your contacts in?
I do. I was thinking like homesteading gatherings, not the gathering. I'm sorry, I missed the.
But anyways, check out the sheep shelter. If you're doing cows, sheep, pigs, I think it's a great addition to your homestead. Of course, we move all our animals around. Y'all know that. If you've watched our videos, you know we move everything around. But check out the little sheep shelter. I think it's a really cool addition, and we built it for like $150. So a great way to build.
Was it that much?
Well, it actually the wood was only about $50, but 10.
The 10 on top.
Yeah, we used a plastic 10, so you can look at it. It's very cool. So thank y'all so much for coming on. Again, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for being part of the lives. The lives are always a blast. You see how crazy we can be. We never stay on topic. I'm sorry, but we always have a good time. We hope you have a great night, and God bless you.
Happy homesteading, y'all.
Happy homesteading, y'all.